For this video, I wanted to compare the high quality and the normal quality modes of certain effects built into the Ableton Live audio effects section. The ones I've got stacked up here: Dynamic Tube, Saturator, that's a preset, a bit warmer, EQ8, Glue Compressor, Chorus, Flanger and Reverb, all have, if you right click on the menu here, a high quality or high quality again, or oversampling option, okay, crisp section to the chorus there that you may not know about, that's hidden in the extra menu here. Reverb has it actually here. You would select it within the main panel. And so what I've done is I've got two completely identical drum loops. I've set all of these effects to be their high quality versions at the top, and all of the effects just to be on their standard regular versions. And what we're going to do, we're going to compare them like for like and see which ones it's worth putting in the high quality mode or not. Okay, so some of them you'll be able to tell quite a clear difference, and some I cannot tell the difference whatsoever. So I guess it is subjective, but let's take a look. So starting with Dynamic Tube, here is the normal version. Let's enable it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to seamlessly switch to the high quality version. And all the settings are identical, okay? Here we go. I don't know about you, but I cannot hear a difference at all. So, is it worth having that enabled? Who knows? Right, let's disable that on both and move to the saturator. I've chosen a preset called A Bit Warmer. Let's just make sure it's enabled on both so we can go quickly between the two. Let's start with normal. And high. Now I can hear a little crispness extra on the high quality one there. It's quite subtle, so I'm going to say Saturator is one that's worth keeping in high quality mode as a default, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. Right, next one, let's disable Saturator on both and enable the next one. Let's hide it. And it's EQ8. Okay, so EQ8 has an oversampling mode, which does use up a little bit more CPU power, but in this instance it's not going to make a lot of difference. So let's see if we can hear the difference, starting with normal mode. I can hear a very slight bit of extra air in the high end on the high quality one. It's very, very subtle, but I think, you know, in a typical project you're going to be using a lot of EQ8s. I certainly do, and so that is definitely worth having oversampling enabled, because the more of these you're going to be using, you're stacking up all those tiny little bits of extra quality that may seem fairly ineffectual in just one instance will really add up and probably take a whole project to a slightly higher quality level than if you were to not have that selected. Okay, right, so far Saturator and EQ8 I feel are definitely worth using the higher quality modes. Let's disable that one now and move on to the next one. Glue Compressor. Glue Compressor, just right clicking here, yes, has an oversampling mode just like EQ8. So let's make sure doing the same for both here. Enable, and you can see this one's yet not ticked. Okay, so let's listen to normal first of all. I can't hear anything no, I can't hear the difference there. That was identical for me. I can't recommend that you would have to definitely use oversampling on that for any kind of benefit. So Again, it's subjective, but in my ears, I can hear anything different. Guys, let me know if you can. We're all different, so we all have different hearing abilities. Let me know if you hear anything different to what I'm hearing here. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, chorus. Okay, so we've got normal and high, yeah, both set the same. Here's normal chorus first of all. And then with the crisp setting. Again, there's definitely, yeah, I mean, crisp is the right word because it's in, again, I feel it's in the high end. I can hear a brighter, more airy sound coming through. So the crisp setting for me on the chorus is worth enabling as a default. Okay, next one, we've got flanger. Normal version first of all. High quality. Yes, again, I feel it's opening up the stereo field a little more on the high quality, and again, it's just a little brighter. The normal one feels a little too compact, maybe. It's hard to describe verbally, isn't it, I guess? But again, I would think the high quality version is worth saving as a default for the flanger. So far, yes, saturator, EQ8, chorus, and flanger all worth, in my opinion, saving as a default in high quality and using the high quality ones all the time. Okay, last one, we've got reverb. Now you change the quality on the front panel here, so we've got eco for the normal setting, and then for the high quality one we've got high set here. Everything else is set the same, so let's hear normal first of all. Again, it's in the lower end. I can hear the normal quality is a slightly touch muddier in the lower end. That's what I'm hearing. And the high quality one just again brightens it up. It's just cleaner, it's crisper. Let's hear those two again. Listen for the high end. And the muddy low end are normal. It's particularly noticeable when you're hearing the kick drum. Now, I guess in most circumstances you wouldn't be putting a lot of reverb on a kick drum anyway, but here it's good because it highlights the fact that the eco quality is just a little muddier in the bottom end. So it's worth bearing in mind because, like the EQ8, you're going to be using probably quite a few instances of this reverb, or if you use it on a return track, you're going to be sending a lot of your instruments to it. So CPU depending. I also recommend having this one at least mid, preferably high. So there we go. Overall, the ones I feel that have a decent enough difference to be worth saving as a default, which you would do by right-clicking, save as default preset, select it, make sure this is selected, and all the other settings are to your default taste, which you can then obviously tweak, but save as default preset and you're good to go from there. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you found this useful. Do give it a thumbs up and do let me know in the comments if you notice anything different for what I did, or if you agree, or if you think it's worth having them all on high quality or none of them on high quality. Do let me know. I'd love to find out what your thoughts were, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.